Questing here with Hyenas, the game that is killing Total War. Well, that is a bit of an exaggeration, but it's certainly the game that Creative Assembly and Sega have poured vast resources into. Probably hundreds of developers, tens of millions of dollars, if I wouldn't be wrong on that. And, well, certainly they're banking on this game succeeding. I guess we will find out if it will or not. Now, this is the closed beta. I applied to get into it via Steam. I didn't get into it via some content creator program or anything like that. I am playing at fairly high settings, though not the highest graphical settings. There is a setting higher than Epic, which is called Cinematic, and Cinematic doesn't run all that well. Now, these are the characters you do have available. So there are 9 at the moment in the beta. The guy I've chosen to go with has a shotgun and a turret. Well, this game, if I were to give an impression of this game, I would say it's trying to follow in the footsteps of Overwatch combined with Apex. Though it's closer to Apex, though I guess you could say the maps are more like Overwatch maps in quite a few ways. And well, I think the game looks nice. Pretty sure the people working on this are the Alien Isolation guys, because like Alien Isolation had really amazing graphics, and well, whatever you might say about Hyenas, it does certainly look good, at least on a technical level. On an artistic level, well, I don't much care for this over-the-top nonsense. It is absolutely, it's kind of hilarious thinking about the game set in a dystopian future, considering we're talking about Sega and Creative Assembly at the subject. I wonder if the sense of irony has caught on. Seeing a lot of the Sonic boys in games. It's a pretty popular character for a reason. Now, the weapon type that you do have is dependent on... the weapon you have is dependent on the character you're playing. You can upgrade it, you can get shields, you can get medkits, you can get grenades, but you can't get different weapons. At least I think so. This is not an analysis video. This is like just me literally after like playing 3 games, and I'm not really a big shooter boy.
Search for items to gear up.
This is me after like literally 3 games jumping in. You start with a tutorial. That the game forces you to play, then you play a game against bots. You can just play the tutorial and jump into... Okay. Alright, that's 0G. I'll get into that.
I'm totally going for the ball!
Okay. It seems my team has decided that they're going to go for the vault directly. That's not necessarily what I would have done. You want the shield. Okay, so that doesn't work.
That sentry gun's finished.
We need another breaching tool!
Alright. Get the grenade there.
Cracking the vault. Watch my back.
Let's get that up. Oh shit.
Gun is out of action.
We might die to the bots here. If we're not careful.
They took out the sentry gun, fool.
17 seconds. The bots do spawn right on your ass. Well, the teleport.
Sentry gun is ready.
You've lost your breaching tool. Another one on that vault.
Alright, Sonic.
Thanks for saving my bullets, shithead. Dealt with their gun.
Cracking the lock.
Alright. Try and defend the lock. Alright. Defend the vault.
We've lost the breaching
Push it.
tool.
How about some help? What is one of these guys doing? Yeah, it doesn't matter. We got wiped out. Hey, well, that's what you get when you just rush the objective without getting the supplies needed. And one of your teammates disconnects. There are certainly a lot of there's performance issues in the game, like there's performance drops, and I don't think it's necessarily related to the video settings. To be sure, those do have an impact. That beta, all that optimization in general is the last thing game developers do. Like proper optimization is one of the last things the game devs do. Though it is a game where that does matter. Now I'm using the DLSS quality mode. That's mainly for anti-aliasing. Maybe I should just turn off the anti-aliasing over there, because like that's what DLSS quality is gonna give me. And these are the characters. So we got Hero KI. So cosplay this guys.
Man, those Hyenas.
We get like an intro.
Sweet. Who is she?
Hold on.
Sweet.
And they all have their different abilities. We got 3,000. I'm guessing. Okay. So we can. You do start with a number of default characters, and then you unlock the others. I imagine the amount of credits that I have is to just be able to play with all the different characters, you know, for the sake of the beta. Let's go with... Alright, so she's going to go with Prima. Okay, I am going to go... Okay. Can go Pro Bono. I think I'm going to stick with the Pro. Just because he does have that turret. Which can be really useful. Trying to do better this time. First game came in second, and you do have your daily challenges and all that. It's like, really? And I think they're not making this a free-to-play title either, which might end up biting them in the ass, because given the fact that you have games like Apex Legends and other titles out there, it's like, you want to compete with those games, you kind of need to make it free to play. Like, I'm not fond of free to play at all as a model, but if you're not making your game free to play, then it better be a damn good game. Now, I've played a decent amount of Apex Legends. You wouldn't necessarily tell that by my shooting. I haven't played a shooter in quite a while now, like almost 2 years at this point. Shooter, seriously, that is. But I play quite a bit of PUBG, Apex Legends, other stuff, and I have to say, like, while I certainly do appreciate certain aspects about the shooting in this game, absolutely, and I am certainly appreciative of the fact that we don't have yet another game where you're jumping in on a map and the people who know how to get the best guns win, so to speak. That might be a nice positive change. I'm not quite sold on the idea that this game is doing enough to really set itself apart in the way that it would need to in order to compete with the big established titles that are out there on the market. Okay, where do we need to go? Oh, all right. There we go. So we got a barrel mod. Okay, game. Yeah, I kind of should have shot myself. Friendly fire. That's a thing. Or self-damage, anyway. Kind of need shield. Now, don't get me wrong, it still matters to obviously get the shield and all that kind of stuff. It does give you an advantage, but what would happen in... This is the 0G. What would happen in something like Apex, and this is one of the reasons I stopped like playing those games, Apex, PUBG, is like, I don't think... Like, I think the concept of it was great, but...
Bad for them, good for us.
The way it aged...
Stay down.
Alright, just some bots. You can use stealth, you don't need to fight people. Okay, there's some stuff. Because it just came down to Zaiku was able to get that drop early. Well, there's another team.
I'm being attacked by a rival crew!
You sure you want to pick that fight? Okay.
Support needs support!
I'm slowed.
I'm down!
Damn it. Yep. Well, someone picked that fight. It is probably what is to be expected at this point, like people jumping in fights when they're not together necessarily in an open space. Will lead to disaster. Yep, let's leave. But that is kind of what you might expect in a game like this. And I imagine there's already people that have teams and are playing together and know what they're doing. Like, that's one of the reasons I stopped playing these kind of games, is like getting a bunch of people together to have a proper coherent team is like just an issue. And it's very punishing if you're not in that, if you don't have the communication, if you don't have the team play. I get it, that does apply, of course, to a lot of games, but it certainly kills the desire to play something like this. So my perspective on this is like, okay, it seems decent enough, like genuinely so. Like it's not like I look at this and say, oh, it's bad, but I'm like looking at this and considering the question, is this really a game that's gonna set the world on fire? Is this really the game that Creative Assembly wanted to put in all their effort into making? I kind of have that sense that while Warhammer has ended up being very successful for them, at the same time, they're not necessarily too happy about that, because remember, they probably have to pay royalties to Games Workshop, so the profits they have on that. Well, they certainly have made a lot of money on that, but they would probably like to have a big AAA title that is their own IP and they don't have to pay royalties to another company. That would be my perspective on that. Let me know what you guys think. I might play some more of this. I might not play at all. Honestly, like, from my personal perspective, like, just games like this inherently are not interesting enough for me to play in general. Just gonna say that much. It's not really a game. It's not an issue with the game itself, how it's designed. I would need to play a lot more to give an opinion on that. But it's more so just like, I don't like the genre right now. I don't like where shooters have gone, the direction shooters have gone into. That's just where I stand. Kurtis signing out.